I'm keeping quiet. Yeah, riding through the city, blowing smoke out the window. Cops is on patrol, they looking out for all the criminals. I've been a lot of things.
Hello and welcome to the practice problems video for extreme values. Okay, for this problem we're going to find all critical points of 1, f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1 over x squared, and number 2, so we have two separate problems, two mini problems within the same one. F of x is equal to x to the third minus 9 over 2 x squared minus 54x plus 2. Okay, so let's start with the first one, and just in general, a critical point. So a critical point is at where f prime of x is equal to 0 or where it does not exist. Okay, so for the first one, let's look at our function. So our given function is, I'm just going to rewrite it as x to the negative 1 and then minus x to the negative 2, so it's easier and I can just use power rule. So then when we differentiate this, we get f prime of x is equal to negative x to the negative 2 minus a negative 2, we brought that down, x to the negative 3. So this is going to be our f of x, so I'll just write f prime of x, f prime of x is equal to negative 1 over x squared. And then we have a plus 2 over x cubed. Okay? So where does this equal 0? It can't really equal 0. But when you do plug in, when you plug in x equals 0, then we get zeros on the bottom of our fraction, on the bottoms of our fractions. So that means that f prime of x is undefined or does not exist, right? So this is a critical point. So for this function, for function number 1, then we have x equals 0. That is a critical point. Okay, so now let's start with number 2. So number 2, the given function was f of x is equal to x cubed minus 9 over 2 x squared minus a 54x and then plus 2. Okay, so here let's start by differentiating once. So we have f prime of x is equal to 3x squared minus 9 over 2. We're going to bring down that 2 in front, x to the 1 power minus a 54. So in more simple terms, so these 2's cancel, right? And now we can take out that 3. So we have 3 times x squared minus a 3x and then minus an 18. Okay? So here we can actually factor, right? So we're going to factor that into 3 times, what, x, and then we have an x over here, and then we're going to subtract a 6 because we want the greater number to be negative, right? So we're going to subtract that 6. So when we see this here, this is actually a continuous function, right? It's not undefined anywhere. It exists at all points because we don't have a fraction or anything or no denominator, right? So this will equal 0. This equals 0 when our x is equal to 6 or a negative 3. Okay? So these are our critical points for this problem.
I think I'm special. I'm drinking whiskey out the bottle till I black out. 1 million, 2 million, shit, I'm losing track now. Coming to you live inside.